right, good afternoon. I'm a little under the weather, so I'm not feeling so great. So don't take my lack of perkiness as not eager to talk to you all. So, but no, I don't feel real great today. But Georgia State wrap up first. Not very pleased. A lot of you were there after the game, and wasn't pleased with the way we played. I thought our effort was good. Our effort gave us an opportunity to win the game. Our execution did not. We didn't execute like we needed to in any phase. You know, After reviewing the tape, the thing that I was most discouraged about in the post game was the number of penalties, especially the number of unsportsmanlike. Going back and reviewing the film, I don't think we played the game in any ill-spirited way. I don't think we played the game the right way, the wrong way. I thought our kids were aggressive, but within the rules. Um, and so that was something that I was really upset about because it was out of character for how we've played the whole season. We've been one of the least penalized teams in the league. We have one of the biggest turnarounds in penalties, especially on sportsmanlike from a year ago. Um, and quite frankly, I feel okay after watching that film. I don't think our kids did wrong. I want to take back that comment about not representing Troy because I feel like our kids did. Our kids did. They played hard. They played the right way. Excuse me. We just didn't play good enough. We just didn't play good enough to win the game. Offensively, I thought Brandon Silvers played well. After going back and watching the tape, his numbers weren't overly impressive. But we had nine drops on the day. And we didn't play well enough at the wide receiver position. That's something that we're going to concentrate on a lot this week, and we'll play better this week. I know we'll finish on a better note at that position than we played on Saturday. And our O-line's getting better in pass pro. I think we gave up one hit on the quarterback. We didn't have any sacks. They're getting better. Now we've got to get back and create some room for Brandon and Flakes in the run game. We didn't run block overly well. Brandon didn't have one of his better games in the run game. He's got to make some better decisions. He was effective in the pass game. It just wasn't just a colossal cluster offensively. It was just one guy here, one guy there. It was a drop ball. It was a mistake. It was a missed block at a point of attack. All of a sudden, you're in third and long, and we're going to struggle. We're going to struggle in third and long. But I thought we did some good things in the fourth quarter. Defensively, I thought we played well early. We gave the offense a couple opportunities on short fields that the offense didn't take advantage of. Georgia State's good on offense. The Arbuckle kid is really talented. They've got three, and I told you this last week, 3+ receivers. They're talented at wideout. And we busted a couple calls on some big plays. They ran the ball a little better than probably I thought they would, but we played more coverage, giving our corner some help and locked some number in the boxes. And special teams, I thought Ryan Kay had a tremendous game. I think his net average was around 45. Jed was off. Jed didn't kick the ball very well on field goals and extra points. He missed two, almost missed a third on the extra point. We had a couple costly penalties on punt returns. Thought one of them was correct. The other one, I could see it either way. But we've been sound in special teams all year, and really, I think the story of that game was a story like a lot of the games that we've lost in our conference. We're very competitive. I think we've been right there the whole time with everybody in our league, with the exception of Georgia Southern. We have some room to make up there, but with every other team, we had opportunities to win in the fourth quarter, and bottom line, we didn't. We didn't. And there's a number of reasons why, and those are some things we can talk about when we talk next week in a wrap up. But right now, we're going to move on to Lafayette, playing down in Lafayette. One of the better venues, I think, in our conference. They have a really good home crowd set up. I think I read where they're going to have a blackout, so it should be a fun atmosphere. They do a good job tailgating and so forth down there in Cajun country. I think both teams coming in similar areas, looking to finish the year strong. I thought they were competitive against App State last week. Their season didn't go the way they wanted it to go. I think they had 4 years in a row of 9-win seasons, and they're not going to get to that number this year. I have a lot of respect for them. I think Coach Hudspeth's done a great job since he's been there, know him well. If you look at them, starting on defense, they're a 3-down front team. They move around quite a bit. They're a little bit different each week as I've watched them over the last 3 days. A little bit different. I think their linebacker, Dominique Tovell, is a good player. I think he was second team All-Sun Belt last year. They've got a safety that transferred in, I think from Ole Miss, that's talented. They've got a linebacker that transferred from Arkansas that has made a lot of plays. They've got a bunch of really good-looking bodies up there, and I thought they played App State really well. App State's one of the 1, 2, or 3 top offenses in our league, and I thought they did a good job containing them at their place last week. Offensively, they've had their struggles a little bit like we have. Um, Play a couple different quarterbacks. The kid that's getting most of the playing time right now is a kid named Brooks Hack from Katy, Texas. Kid that I'm very familiar with. A kid that we looked at Texas Tech. He's a winner. He won a lot of games in high school. Elijah McGuire is the guy that makes them go on offense. He's a running back. He's closing in on 1,000 yards. Really talented, really fast kid. They've got a big wideout, 6'4" kid that's really over the last 3 or 4 weeks starting to play at a high level. He's their leading receiver. And they've got another kid, Riles, who's done a nice job. They've shuffled some. They've been a little bit of a moving part up front. And then special teams, the head coach is very involved in their special teams. They've blocked a couple punts. They've had a kickoff return for a touchdown. So I think they're real sound in that deal. And really my message to our football team is we need to finish this year strong. I'm not pleased with what happened at Georgia State. I thought that was a game that we were capable of winning. I'm not saying that we're better than them by any means, but that was a game that we were capable of winning, and we didn't win it for whatever reason. And we need to finish this year. We got a chance to get another conference win, and we need to finish this year on a strong note. I think our senior class has done a nice job buying in. They've done a good job continuing to play hard, and I'd love to send them off with a win and going into our off season for the rest of the team. So with that, questions?
Louisiana Lafayette's teams passing against them are only complete about 50% of their passes. Is that an indication of their strong front, getting good pressure, or is it
Yeah,
defensive back?
I think they're really good in the secondary. I think they do a good job covering. We've had issues with man coverage, and we're going to see a lot of man coverage this week. And until we start to beat man coverage, we're going to continue to see it. So they're going to play man coverage. You look at their corners. You know, the thing that sticks out to him is their size. Number 6, Savion Brown, I think is as good as any corner in our league. He's 6'2", 218. And the other kid that they're playing there, number 16, Travis Crawford, is a guy that can really run. I mean, has really good speed. So they put those guys on an island a lot. They bring their safeties and their nickels and ask them to play in coverage. So they've done a good job getting hits on the quarterback. You know, that's something they do, especially on third down. But a lot of times they're getting – the quarterbacks are struggling because of how well they're covered. Now, I'm going to meet with Brian later on today. I don't have any updates on him. Not pleased with how that went down in the game.
It's been a year since you got off the plane.
Yeah, let's talk about that next week, Jeremy. I'm trying to beat Lafayette. We'll wrap it up next week. Stacy tried to ask me. You know, it's hard to have perspective, I should say. It's hard to have perspective till you get completely through. You know, there's some things that I'm really proud of. There's some things that I think we can do a better job of, you know, moving forward without question. But let's touch base on those next week. Let's concentrate on. That's what I told the team. You know, let's concentrate on getting ready to play Lafayette down there. Let's concentrate on having a great week of practice. Let's bounce back and play like we're capable of here finishing the year. Well, I think winning cures a lot of ills, without question. You know, we haven't won in a couple weeks. I think it's something that we need to. It'd be a huge boost going into our off-season program, you know, to have them win and get to that 4th win and show. I know we're a lot better than we were a year ago, but it would help to have a record that shows that, you know. So I think it's important without question. It's important too because Lafayette's been one of the better teams in our league. So to post a win against those guys would be crucial. Would send a message to our league that we are improving and that we are going to be a force to be reckoned with.